What's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Ashley and today we are going to be doing a very long awaited pin haul. Now if you're new to my channel, I do a lot of lifestyle and content creation, but I do a lot of Disney things as well. My husband and I, we like to try and vlog our trips as best as possible, but I also do a lot of Disney hauls, whether it is through Disney branded merchandise or non-affiliated Disney brand, but still a cute nod to Disney. But my ultimate Disney thing to collect, my first thing I ever really collected, I think Disney-wise, I started when I was 7 years old, are pins. I love Disney pins. They're their own niche for sure. You can find all types of Disney pin videos here on YouTube. And if you can kind of see over here, these two shelves that have these books, they are my pin collections. And some of them are very full. Some of them are just getting started with different collections. So it's always growing. A lot of Disney pins that I've been saving and haven't put away yet. That's what I'm gonna be showing and sharing with you guys today. So I know that this video is bound to be pretty lengthy if I had to guess. So I'm going to try and keep it minimal, try and keep my storytelling to a minimal and not share too much and really edit and try to make the clips short just so it's not too bad. But without further ado, let's get on into the haul. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with some that I got in the mail just yesterday. And I actually ordered these a little while ago, but they are Paris pins and they came from Spain. So it did take a little bit to get them. These are amazing, you guys. I actually still have them all in their like packaging. That's what you can hear ruffling is the plastic packaging. But they are just stunning. And I've always heard, I'm gonna go ahead and open these while I'm talking. I've always heard that Paris pins just blow it out of the water. I think the only Paris pins that I have are some generic open edition ones from when I went to Disneyland Paris in 2019. But Paris pins, like these are just huge. They're all really, really great size. The quality is just awesome. I don't collect Peter Pan, but I do have a love for Peter Pan just in a nostalgic way. And I think a lot of the scenes in Peter Pan are just really stunning. So I did get two Peter Pan pins. This is the first one. This one is incredible. It is, I mean, like, look how big it is on the backer card. It is Peter Pan in front of the Big Ben clock. It's just very large, and anything with Peter Pan with like the Big Ben clock or the Darling Children flying with Peter Pan in Neverland through the London sky, I just think is just really pretty. And I will go ahead and add that this one is color yellow for the Disneyland Paris pricing. So speaking of the Darling Children flying over London, this is the next one I got, and this is actually one pin because they are all connected, but it's huge because the backer card is much larger than a normal backer card. And it is Peter and the three Darling Children flying. This one is just really large and it is really cute. I can't ever remember if he is John or Michael. I think he's Michael, but I can't remember. But like, he's my favorite because he's just so cute. I just love that one as well. All right, the next two are for my Lion King collection, which is one of my main collections. And so I've got this one, which is just a really basic, but really great size. See if they can kind of block the light coming in there, but it is Simba, Timon, and Pumbaa. And it's just very simple, love the size. This one is rose/pink, and this Lion King one is yellow. All right, the next Lion King one is actually a spinner, which makes it a little more valuable. Let me move my hand, but it spins, so it's just really fun. But it is Simba, Nala, Timon, and Pumbaa. There's a paw print in the middle, and when you spin it, there is this gold dial behind that has some paw prints on it as well. And this is color rose/pink. All right, so not to go down a huge rabbit hole too early in the game, because I know we're gonna end up on some anyways. I'm not collecting Encanto currently because they haven't made as many pins for it as I would have thought just with how big the movie went. So I'm not collecting Encanto currently, but if I see an Encanto pin I like, I'm definitely grabbing it for the time being because I love the soundtrack. to Encanto and the message. It's just amazing. And one of my favorite characters in Encanto, probably the one with the least amount of lines, is Antonio. Love Antonio. I think he's just the absolute cutest. His voice is adorable. He's just so cute. So I saw this pin. It is yellow coloring. Mention it while I see it. And it's kind of harder to see all the detail on this backer card. I'm gonna take this one off the backer card. Y'all know I don't do backer cards anyways. Let's see if that kind of like shows the detail a little bit better. Yeah, I feel like you can see it better. So it's the cheetah, and I don't even know what other animal that is like running out from the cheetah, to be quite honest, but it's got him sitting on top of the cheetah with the, oh, what are these called? Rainforest birds. Hello. Toucans? But he's just, oh, he's so cute. I want to see if it'll like grab him. It's probably the best it's gonna grab him, but oh, I love Antonio. So I saw this and I just had to get it because this had to belong to me. All right, guys. So we are now getting into this box, which is not a large box on a scale of how big boxes can be, but to hold pins, there's quite a bit in here. I've had this on my shelf right over here, probably for 2 to 3 months at least, probably longer than that if I'm being honest. And I've just been collecting my pins in here when I've been lazy and don't want to fidget with the books and like spend time putting them in. And so I've just been dumping pins that I've traded for, purchased in this box. So we're just gonna kind of grab and see. So there's probably not gonna be any kind of order to these, just a fair warning. All right, so the first one I'm pulling out is a trade that I just made. I opened earlier on my channel this year, or maybe it was the very end of last year, a set of Winnie the Pooh gingham pins. I think I got 4 of the 6, or maybe I got 3 and I traded for a unique, I don't remember, but I needed Piglet. It was one of the ones I needed, and I ordered 6 boxes or 5, I don't even remember. Ordered a lot on Box Lunch just like a month ago, trying to complete it, and opened 3 Eeyores. Already had him. I think I ordered 5. I got a Pooh, a Tigger, and 3 Eeyores, I'm pretty sure. So I got neither of any of the ones I needed. So I was luckily able to trade someone for this Piglet. He goes in that collection, and yeah, if you're seeing this and you like Eeyore, definitely comment below because I got some. Next one I'm pulling out is the Earth Day of 2021 pin. Earth Day is April 22nd, I believe. It's really close to my birthday. My birthday is April 25th. They decided to do Moana for Earth Day for that pin, and y'all know I love Moana and collect Moana, so that is why I got this one. Next pin I'm pulling out is the Hercules. I don't even know what these are technically called. I call them family cluster pens. I think it's something along those lines, but they've released like 10 or 12 of these now, and I actually think I'm current on them all. So I love the art design. It reminds me a lot of Mary Blair, but basically the point of these is it's like based on the movies, and it's a cluster of all the like characters or supporting characters because it doesn't have the main character in it. So as you can see, like Megara and Hercules are not in this, but we have Phil, Pain and Panic, Pegasus, and the Muses. And I'll see if there's any others. I think that's all of the characters in this. Yeah, so it's just like not the main villain, not the main characters, but everyone else. And they just do a really cute job of designing these. Along the same lines, we have the family cluster for 101 Dalmatians, which has these bozos that follow Cruella de Vil. I don't even know their names. We've got Roger and can't think of her name. I think it starts with a P. And the housekeeper and some of the sidekick dogs. And here we have the Star Wars one. This is definitely my least favorite from this series, and I actually do have a pretty decent sized Star Wars collection just because I think Galaxy's Edge is really cool and my husband loves Star Wars, so I kind of collect it for him. And I got this just because I've gotten all of these cluster ones, but I just don't love this style and like the characters they chose to do for these. But like I said, just wanted to get it to keep the collection going. So the next one I've got, I didn't even know, honestly. I have no idea like where I got this, when I got this, how I got this. Maybe someone just had it and I liked it. I don't collect up, but it's kind of like Encanto. It's one of those that it's just so lovable. If I see a cute up pen, I grab it. I have like a very minor up collection. But I did just notice that this is technically a hinge pin. So it's Ellie painting their mailbox, which is a scene at the very beginning of the movie, but the mailbox opens. There's like something with a heart in there because I just opened that and then the mailbox closes. So that's pretty cool. Next one I'm pulling out is a monthly release of this year. It is called Our Transformation Story. I collect villains and I love this series. They're 3D pen on pen designs. They're very detailed and they're pretty good size. So I don't know which month this was, but this is the one for Hades, which would be the Hercules villain. And all of them, it has to be a villain that that transforms in some way. So for this one, I thought this was really clever. Obviously they're gonna have to get kind of clever because I don't know if there's 12 villains that truly do that. But this side is what Hades normally looks like, but when he like blows up for a minute in a scene, he turns red, like kind of like on fire. But then he also turns into the like multiple head monster. And we've got Pain and Panic down there at the bottom. Next one is a super old open edition pen. I think I just bought this to complete the collection because I have very few remaining. But this is Princesses. I also collect Princesses heavily. And this is Sleeping Beauty / Aurora. Next one I'm pulling is, I'm never gonna look at this pen the same. This is a pen I got sent and I did a trade. It took, I think like 4 months for this pen to get here. It sat at the Nashville Distribution Center for months because it got there within a week and then it just sat there. And I kept always like tracking it. Then I just finally stopped and thought, I'm never getting that pen. It's just a lost cause. It is what it is. And then months later, it was in my mailbox. But it is a porg. It is a Christmas porg to be exact. And I love the porgs, and I love Christmas. So like this was just an absolute winner for me. But I just think it's the funniest, cutest thing ever. Little Christmas porg. Next, I have this amazing pen. I've actually never seen Fantasia, but I collect Sorcerer Mickey because when Hollywood Studios, when I first went there, I think the first, at least 2 times, maybe even 3 times, it was called MGM Studios, and the icon was the Sorcerer Mickey hat. And I love the Fantasia night show and I love Sorcerer Mickey, and so this is actually an 80th anniversary of Fantasia pen. It has the Sorcerer Mickey up on the top of the cliff, which he does that like in the show, or not Fantasia night show, Fantasmic. He does that in Fantasmic, but the night sky is a spinner. I don't know if you can really tell, but the stars are like moving. I just love that because I do collect Sorcerer Mickey with my general Mickey stuff too. Next, I'm pulling out another family cluster. This is one of my favorite family cluster pens they've ever done, and it is Snow White. As you know, Snow White is one of my very least favorite princesses. I just don't love her story. It scared me as a child a lot. I do love the 7 Dwarfs, and that is who is on this pen. It is the 7 Dwarfs mining in their mine, but it's got like all the gems. I just really think they did a cute job with this pen. Next one is one that is a Disney Rewards from 2020. It is Cinderella and Prince Charming, and that's why I got it. The rewards part is just, I think, oh, it's very small on the pen. It's on the backer card, but it's very small on the pen. So that makes me happy because I don't even know what that is really, Disney Rewards. But it's to celebrate the 70th anniversary of Cinderella. And it is on there really small at the bottom, so it's not very prominent, but I love that it's in front of like the clock tower striking midnight. Love Cinderella, collect her, so had to pick this one up. All right, this next one goes with that Sleeping Beauty open edition. Again, I think I was just trying to finish off the ones I needed, but here we have Punzi, and I really like the colors of this pen, but yep, we've got Rapunzel. Next, I've got another family cluster, so I need to put these away because I have like 6 of these in my books, like the first 6 release. This one is also one of my very favorites because it is The Lion King, which I collect. I love the colors and how they did it like the night. But we've got Sarabi, Scar, Pumbaa, Timon, the hyenas. Is there anyone else in here that I am missing? I think that's it. So yeah, I just love the like night sky with this and love Lion King, so that's really cute. I think this is the last family cluster in this box, but this one is Robin Hood, I think. I've never seen Robin Hood, but I'm pretty sure it is. The colors are really fun in this pen, but this is a movie I've been meaning to watch for years and just never got around to it. Kind of same thing as Star Wars, like don't love the pen, but wanted to keep the full collection going, so picked this one up. All right, this next pen is one I got to complete another series that I have been working on for, oh goodness, 3 years. I mean, 3 to 4 years. It is the Lunchtime Tale series. I think these were monthly releases in 2018. What's incredible is as I'm looking at the backer card on here, it is retailing for $16.99. These pens, these monthly pens from this series are some of my favorites to date, some of the most highest quality to date, and much lower quality monthly pens are now like $21. So that just shows how ridiculous they've gotten. But this is the Lilo and Stitch one. So basically this collection, it is like vintage looking tin lunch boxes. They have a screen print design on the front. So this one's Lilo and Stitch. And then the inside, it is a hinge pin. And the inside is like what that character, what they would have in their lunchbox. So they all basically have a thermos. So it's like a thermos is the print of Lilo's dress. It's got her sandwich she eats, pineapple, which is super smart because Hawaii, and the little upside down ice cream cone. And I think there might be like a lei in the background too. So these are some of the most detailed pens I've ever seen, and I absolutely love this collection. So I got this one as I'm trying to finish it off. I think I honestly may be done with it. Like the rest may be in this box as we speak. So stay tuned. Next one is the Ariel version of that open edition. This next one I'm pulling out is a trade I made with one of my cousins who really gotten into pen trading and pen collecting recently. And so she had this one and I traded, I don't even remember what I traded her for it, but it is Minnie Mouse. It's like a safety pin, which I think those are like kind of cool because it brings like a whole new meaning to the word pin. But it is Minnie Mouse and they have a few characters in this collection, but not super interested in collecting the whole thing, but I do collect like Mickey and Friends, so I'll pop this in that little book. Next pen I have, I think was a Zap. I don't even remember y'all like how I got some of these pens, but I think this one was a Zap, which if you don't know what Zap means, it's when you do a pen trade and someone just throws in like an extra little pen just as an extra like thank you, something to brighten your day kind of thing. But anyways, this is basically if you do a Disney cruise, this is the Disney privately owned island. People rave about it. And Luke and I are kind of looking into doing a Disney cruise potentially next year. So I would love to do that. It's a cool pen. It's pen on pen design. It's a double pen post. It's got like the cruise ship in the back and Mickey chilling on a hammock. But I just think it's funny because we have never done a cruise. So a Disney cruise. So definitely know that this was like a Zap or something. All right, this next pen, I'm like enthralled to have this pen. When we were in Disneyland back in June, those vlogs were not posted too long ago. I saw a girl we were like eating next to who had a backpack with a bunch of pens on the front and she had this pen. And I was like immediately, which I had my traders in my bag, I immediately said, hey, don't mean to be weird, but would you be willing to trade for like something for this pen? Because I love this pen. It's just very retro with the colors. It's classic Disneyland. And she was like, I'm so sorry, but I'm not trading this pen. I've had this pen forever. It's really old. You can't find it anymore. And I love this pen. And I was like, don't blame you. I love it too. That's why I want it. And I went home and I found it on eBay. And it might need, I mean, you can tell the enamel like is kind of dirty. It needs to be cleaned up a little bit. And you can tell it's like faded because it's old. But it is this Disneyland sign. And like I said, just love the retro coloring and I just love this one. So when I found it on eBay, someone was, I was like kind of skeptical. I was like, this might be a fake pen. But I read the description and it seemed like a genuine person who was literally like trying to clean out all their pins because they were just didn't have room for them, I think, anymore. And so I put my trust in it. It was cheap, so I was like, if it is a scrapper, oh well. But it's actually real. It does have the authentic Disney logo stamping on the back, so it is real. It needs to be cleaned up a little bit, but I was super excited to find this. All right, next pin I've got is this one of Lumiere in a teacup. I don't know if I've ever showed this series before. It actually is a big series, but I'm not really looking to collect all of them, but I have the Cogsworth version. I think there was like 10-ish pins in this set of like characters and teacups. It's actually, I think, Hong Kong Disneyland. But anyways, there's Cogsworth and a pink one, and then Lumiere in this purple one. The teacup is glittery, which I really like, and I just think it's really cute. You guys know I love Beauty and the Beast and collect Beauty and the Beast, so I'm gonna add that to that collection. And then I'm also on the hunt for, they made Chip and Dale doing this, so I would like those to add to my Disney, or my Mickey and Friends. But yeah, got that one. So this next one is old as the hills, I swear to y'all. I don't even know when this came out. You can just tell it's old. I'm trying to look at the emblem and see if it has the year, but it just has like the official pin trading stamp. You can just tell it's old. It is this Mouseketeers, like original Mickey Mouseketeers. Like the white is like creamy yellow and the Mickey style is so old. I actually think I remember where this came from. I think this was included. I found the like original pin trading bag in the mini version on Poshmark or Mercari, one of the two. And I really wanted to get it for my traders because I had a mini pin folio that just didn't hold many at all. And I had acquired quite a few traders, so I got that, and I think this was in the back of it. So I don't know if I'll keep it. I might keep it just to throw in with my like Mickey and Friends because I collect Mickey and it is just really old and vintage looking. So I may keep it, but that's where I got this one. Next is, I think, the final pin for this series that I needed to finish off, but it is Belle in that open edition with their castle style. All right, this next one is the last one I needed in this series. This is the Starbucks 50th collection series. I really like the way they did these pins, like the color scheme and stuff, but I did not have Hollywood Studios for the longest time. I had the other 3 Walt Disney World parks, so finally added this Hollywood Studios one, and I think I'm complete on these. All right, this next pin is super random. I think it was like done in a trade, I don't remember, but it's actually so nostalgic now that I look at it, and sweet, because it is like a Walt Disney World stamp is how it looks. It's just got Mickey on it, and it's very general Walt Disney World, but it has the like OG Cinderella blue and white castle, and I'm afraid that they're not gonna paint it back. I'm afraid pink castle is here to stay. And I love pink, but I just miss blue and white castle so much. But enough on that soapbox. Here's the pin. And it's just, I mean, if they never paint it back, I will have these little keepsakes to remember blue and white castle. Next is a pin I've been long awaiting, and it is the 3 girls. I don't even know if they have a technical term. I just always call them the 3 girls from Beauty and the Beast. This is them. This is the last pin I needed for the Fantasyland Beauty and the Beast mystery box. I opened some of them back in 2020, and I'm now officially completing this series. It's just always been pushed on the back burner, but finally got this, so I'm gonna add it to that pin book and be done with that series. This next one I also got from my cousin when we did that little trade, and it is the Minnie Mouse. It's like to mimic Minnie Mouse, but it is the Hidden Mickey Minnie Mouse chocolate covered apple. I've always kind of wanted this one, honestly, so I was really happy to trade with her for this. I always get a caramel covered apple at Disney, and so I thought this one was just cute to kind of commemorate that. Earlier this year, I opened the Windows of Love. They're not called Windows of Love. Maybe they are. It's the Beauty and the Beast stained glass window set, and they are some of the prettiest pins I have ever seen. This is the one I think I was only missing this one. When I opened them, I had really good luck, and it is Belle and Prince Adam dancing. I'm gonna try and hold it by its pin post. There we go. Oh, my battery's gonna die. All right, we got a new battery in, so we should be good to go. Yeah, this is the stained glass window one of them dancing in the ballroom, and I was able to finally make a trade for that. I think this is the last one I traded my cousin for, and it is extremely self-explanatory as to why I wanted this one. It is the Sorcerer Mickey hat. Very simple, but I just love anything Sorcerer Mickey. This next one is super random, but I love it. I don't collect Frozen. Well, first of all, I don't collect any Frozen characters, but I definitely would not collect Frozen. That's a whole other conversation you can get me going forever on, but I love Frozen 2. My husband actually loves Frozen 2, but we both really don't care for Frozen 1. Personally, like if I was to collect Frozen, it would have to be heavy Frozen 2 with their like outfits and stuff, because I just love Frozen 2. But this is a series that released of like socks. I think they are like socks slash slippers. They had this one as a duo, and it's Olaf and Bruni. I love Bruni. He is so cute in Frozen 2. And so I think I just picked this up for like my randoms, because I definitely have a book that's just like complete randoms, just because I love Bruni. Trying to pull the last bit of randoms that I can find in here. So next one is the Peter Pan movie poster. I think this one is series 2 in the movie posters, and I think this is the last one I needed to complete that set. And these are the last 2 in the Wishables series. I have like a whole page in one of my books are the Wishables pins. They are super highly sought after, or at least they were for a while. And it took a while to complete because I think each pack was like 16 Wishables. Here I have the teacup. I really thought I pulled this one or traded for it before, but when I went to organize my books, I could not find it. So I guess I didn't, or I accidentally traded it away or something, I don't know, but got the teacup. And then this next one was the hardest one to get, because one, I think this was like a limited release with the Wishables. I don't really know, but two, I was gonna tell you, it's Brer Rabbit. If you are in the Disney World bubbles, if you keep kind of in the know, apparently they're I say apparently because this was announced 2 years ago, they haven't started on it yet, but they're re-theming Splash Mountain to Princess and the Frog. So everything Splash Mountain themed has hiked up in price. I mean, I can remember as soon as they made that announcement, all over pin pages and online like places to get pins or Disney things, people had made their Splash Mountain themed stuff price go like 4 to 5 times what they originally had it listed for. And people were paying it because I think they thought the refurbishment was gonna start immediately and you would not be able to get any more Splash Mountain merch. That has not been the case, so prices have dropped back down, but there in the Wishables pack was Brer Rabbit and Brer Fox released. And I was able to get Brer Fox. I think I maybe pulled it myself or just traded and it was fine. But Brer Rabbit was like the hardest to find because people were keeping it or selling it for an outrageous amount. I think I found this on Poshmark and it is official. It's not a scrapper, but it is little Brer Rabbit. The Wishable pins are super cute. He was hard to find and took quite a while, but I think I am officially done with the Wishables pins. These next pins, I think they're pretty old. I came across them one day at random and was like, hold the phone. Why have I never seen these before? They are Polaroids, and not only are they Polaroids, which I am a photographer, I love anything picture related, Polaroid related, super cute. But not only are they Polaroids of characters, but they have the character's autograph on the bottom, which just makes them super cute. You're gonna be able to tell from the way the pin is designed, first of all, and the way the characters look in the pin, secondly, that these are old. I don't even know when these were released, but I did find somebody that was selling off their like Polaroid collection, and they had kind of like tiers based on the characters. First of all, this collection, this release is like 20 to 25 pins. It's huge, but they were selling them off. They had different like price tiers, and so I just went with like all the ones I could get for like the bottom 2, and then I'm kind of just waiting more time to go on to hopefully finish this set. But I do have quite a bit, so I'm gonna skim through these real quick because there's a lot. First of all, we've got Queen of Hearts, Genie, Timon, Tigger, Pinocchio, Dopey, Goofy. Like, even you can really tell in these next characters I'm about to show how old these pins are. Chip, Pluto, Daisy, Donald, and Minnie. All right, so the last thing from the box that I just had in my hand is this larger, this is what's kind of considered like a jumbo pin, and jumbo pins can still range in size quite greatly. I have a really big jumbo pin for Beauty and the Beast, but this one is still considered a jumbo pin. It is from Loungefly. Loungefly works with Disney a lot, and it is official Disney licensed merch, which means it can be traded in the parks. But this is definitely more of like a collector's thing, not as much of a trader for a park specific, but it is Up, which again, like I said, don't collect Up, but it's a great movie. So if I see a cute one, I get it. And it comes in this really large box. This is what the back looks like, which is really cute. But it is, I'm just gonna go ahead and open or take the lid off. So it is Carl and Ellie on their wedding night walking into their house, which it has the sold sign in front of it. And it is just totally like rugged, kind of like first time homeowner kind of situation. But it looks like that. And then when you open it, it is what it looks like after they have stopped working on it, which is like the very colorful Up house that we all know and love. So really cute. All right, so that's it for the box. Now moving on, I recently got these in the mail. This kind of does have a backstory to it. These are the Disney Designer Collection pins. They started this year. So basically on Shop Disney, they have created this line called the Disney Designer Collection, and it's like a Barbie, a pin. There's other things in the collection for each release, but I can't remember what it is. But basically they started it at the beginning of the year. I saw it when it came out, like the first one, or like when they kind of announced the series, and I was really torn on if I wanted to collect these pins or not. Reason being, so I'll tell you, the pins are like, they take a princess, they actually have a designer on each princess, on each release. Designed what the princess would look like in modern day as like a model, like fashion show type model. So they're very creative, very artsy, definitely a niche. But when I saw them released at the beginning of the year, I was very hesitant. To be honest, I couldn't decide if I loved them. I definitely liked them and would totally take them in my collection, but I didn't know if I loved them. And they are really expensive. They're $35 for the pin, which was probably the biggest reason I said, no, I'm not gonna collect these. But the other reason is, if you know about those Castle Collection releases that took a year and a half to do, they were just a bear. Like, I'm fortunate I have all of those releases, because some of them, they were definitely limited edition. Some of them would just release randomly. Some of them would have preset release dates, but they would like release either at midnight Pacific time, or they would release 5 a.m. And so you would have to get up in the middle of the night to do it. And it was just kind of crazy. One of them was like a drawing. You had to enter the drawing, and if you got one, then like you got to buy it. It wasn't like you won it, you got to buy it. And so those were just a bear to do. And I finally finished that collection. I think it was like in December of last year. So when these started, I was like, oh, I just don't know if I have it in me to do that again. And truthfully, those Castle Collection pins were $40, just $5 more than these next ones I'm about to show you. And they're a hinge pin, and they are massive. These are still like a normal size pin. They are a hinge pin, but they're a normal size pin. Maybe a little bigger, but not anything huge. So I don't really know why they're $35. Anyways, push to like June, early July, when I ordered these pins from Shop Disney, I think this collection tanked. It doesn't have nearly as much interest as I think they thought it would. And therefore they had marked the price down from $35 to either $4.99 or $7.99 on all these pins I'm about to show you. So then when I saw that, I was like, okay, yeah, I'll buy them up now, because they're like the cheapest pins on the page, and they're originally $35. Now there's like 5 more out there that have released that haven't been marked down yet, because they're newer releases, and there's still 3 or 4 releases to be released. but I'm kind of keeping an eye out on it. So if I see a really good markdown, I'll go ahead and snatch up the others. But let me go ahead and show these to you. They're really, really cool. They're just not worth their retail in my opinion, but getting them on this deal, I was about it. So first one is Tiana, and this is in no order. This is not in their release order because I don't even know their release order, but the backer cards are cool. I'll go ahead and mention them. They fold out, so it's like a story about the princess and how it affects the designer, and a story about the designer. So they're kind of cool. But first one is Tiana. So it says at the bottom, Disney Designer Collection, and then you can like see it through. And then as you open it, it says Princess Tiana on the inside with like her little emblem. And I'll see if you can kind of like catch that. That's how they all are. And then it shows how the designer would imagine the princess in today's world for like a fashion model, which I like. I think it's unique, and I actually love the way they did Tiana with her hair and the green in her dress. So this is what the collection is kind of gonna look like. Next we have Pocahontas. So this is what the front looks like, and when you open her hinge, this is what she looks like. Next up we have Aurora. One thing that's kind of annoying me, so the next release is Belle for September, but then they are redoing Aurora, Ariel, and I think Tiana. They're just like doing a part 2 remake as the last 3. And I just don't get why they did that when like they haven't even covered all the princesses to begin with. Like they could have done Anna and Elsa. And I think there may be another one in there they haven't done, but they could, I don't know why they're remaking them. But anyways, I'll probably grab them just because to have the completed collection, but it's just been kind of a crazy ride with these. But here is Aurora. I really like how they did her like blue to pink, just to like mimic the Make It Blue, Make It Pink from the movie. Next we have Jasmine. She's one of my favorites in this collection so far for who I have, and simply because I love the colors of her outfit. The backer, it's like the hot pink and feathers, and then like the coral backing. I just really like the colors they chose. Next we have Mulan, who is like my husband's favorite. This is what hers looks like. And then the last one I have in hand is Ariel. Hers is quite interesting. I have to say I don't mind that they're like redoing hers, just because I probably would not have gone this direction with the way hers originally looked. I love this like aqua seafoam color backing, but I don't know. It's just quite interesting if you ask me. Yeah, so those are the 6 that I have. I know they've also released Moana, Merida, Cinderella. I love the Cinderella design, and Rapunzel, and I also love the Rapunzel design. And I think there's one more, Snow White. They also released Snow White. And then, like I said, Belle is the next one, and then they're remaking 3 of them. So it's really interesting, but hopefully they just all go to discounts, and then I will finish the collection. Okay, so this next section is really what I'm super excited to show you guys, but it's going to take a minute. I'm not gonna talk in between all these really because they're all the same. But Shop Disney back in the spring released series of, I guess they were called the VHS collection. They've done so many nods to VHSs that terminology is kind of getting a little like overused and abused. Guys, this is amazing. I think if you're not even if you're not like a pin collector or you are interested in pins, you would have to find this interesting, because this is nostalgic, this is unique, this is creative, this is just everything that you would want in pins. But they did 5 releases within the series, and they did 3 series. So there are currently 15 of these pin types out there. If they do more, I will totally be partaking because they're cool, but they haven't done a new one in a little while, so I don't know if to think they're gonna do another series. But let's get into it. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna kind of show and display and go through the first one, and then I'm just gonna show the next ones. So let's go. So this is what they look like. They're amazing. This one is the first one, the first release, 1 out of 5 is what it says on there. of series 1. So it's kind of hard to describe a little bit, but I mean, they're just incredible. This is the packaging, which is amazing. It literally looks like a VHS. This is what the VHS box was designed as. And this one has a little extra because they're celebrating 30 years this year for Beauty and the Beast. But it's like the spine is what the VHS looked like. And then on the back, we have what the VHS literally said, like the story, 2 little pictures from it. Like it's just so detailed, so well done. So you open it up. I'm trying not to open it like too hard so it doesn't like give a crease on it. But you open it up and we have in there 2 pens. And the way they did it is they did a character in like this super cute design. So this is Beast, and it's when he's out in the snow and he has the bird on. And then they made a mini VHS pen, looks just like the cover. I mean, that's so cute. And it actually opens up. I mean, so many like layers to this. In it, see if I can kind of show it, is on one side of the VHS is an emblem. So of course it's the rose. And then it has the actual VHS look on there. And it even says like Beauty and the Beast. It has the tape. Oh, my heart. So stinking cute. So that is the setup of all these pens I'm about to show you. So I'm just gonna run through them pretty quick so you can just see the design, but that is the way they have made these. All right, so for the second one, we have Dumbo. This is what the spine looks like, the back, and we open it up and we have Dumbo with a feather. And there is the VHS. And the emblem for it is a feather. So that is what that looks like. I actually have these out of order. So the Dumbo one was actually the 5th release of the first series. The second release for the first series was the Hunchback of Notre Dame / Notre Dame, however you say it. There's the back. And then we have, it's so cute. We have Quasimodo, which is like the cutest little Quasimodo. They made him real cute. There's the VHS, and the emblem is, I think it's the 3, no, it's just one. It's just one of the stone gargoyles. So let's see if you can kind of tell. It's harder to see that one. And there's the VHS. Okay, so I'm just now noticing for the first time that no, I said I wasn't gonna talk out loud. I'm just now noticing for the first time that all of the ones they chose to do for series 1 are celebrating an anniversary. So that makes sense. So Hunchback is celebrating its 25th this year. The 3rd in the series is Monsters, Inc. And it is celebrating the 20th anniversary this year. So here we've got the front, spine, and the back. I love that they did Sully because he just looks so cute. The cover of the VHS pen, it's got the Monsters, Inc. logo, and there is that pin. The 4th one in the collection is 101 Dalmatians, which is celebrating 60 years this year. I always forget how old that movie is because I love Cruella de Vil. She's like my ultimate favorite villain, and so I feel like I forget. And I don't know which dog this is. It's probably either Lucky or Patches because they're used a lot. But that's what he looks like. There's the cover, and the emblem here is a dog collar. There it goes, kind of. And there's the case. And then I already showed you Dumbo, but it is celebrating 80 years. It's one of the first ones that they ever made. So that was the 5th one. So series 2 only has 2 that are celebrating an anniversary, and then they just picked some other ones that I think are like just popular. This was one of my favorite series. I was just so thrilled that like Beauty and the Beast was in #1, and this one has 3 of my heavy collections. First one in the series is Aladdin, and it is celebrating 30 years. So it says the colors of Aladdin are just so pretty and like whimsical. And they did Genie, and there's the cover, and the emblem that they went with is the lamp I'll see if I can get it to focus. You can kind of see it in their case. The second one is a Goofy movie, which is not one that did great as far as like, I don't think it did great in theaters. It's not like super widely loved, but it's still cute. I do like what they chose to do as far as the character in here. This is Powerline. Eye to Eye is one of the best Disney songs ever. Fight me over it. And so I love that they did at least choose that. This is, I think, like the Powerline symbol. And there is the movie. Next we have The Lion King, one of my faves. So there's the front and the back. And that scene is one of the most aesthetically pleasing scenes in all of Disney. Again, fight me over that. This one's really cute. They did Timon and Pumbaa in that animation style. And there is the, and they did the drawing of Simba that Rafiki makes. And there is the pin. Next we have Toy Story, which y'all know I love Toy Story. This is the fourth one. And here it is. We've got spine and the back. They did the little green aliens, and the emblem for it is Pizza Planet. All right, let's see. There we go. Yeah, Pizza Planet, and here's a VHS. And the last one in this series is The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, which is celebrating 45 years. So it's 45 years since that movie specifically came out, but I think Winnie the Pooh characters have been out longer than 45 years, I think. But this is the fifth one in series 2. There's that, the spine and the back. I love the back. The colors are just so cute and so sweet. And they did Pooh eating his honey. He looks so cute. And there is that. And they did a honey jar as the emblem here. Super cute. And there is the VHS. And here's the third set, third series. It is probably my least favorite series that they did out of the 3, but The Little Mermaid is in here, spoiler. And I love The Little Mermaid, would have had to get it. And the rest I probably could have done without, but I think I recall some of these being some of the cutest ones they did. It's just not my favorite theming. Got them all, again, just to have, I guess. But this one, the first one in the series is Hercules. It is celebrating 25 years. There's Herc and Meg. Hercules and the back. Hades is also one of my favorite villains, so I do like Hercules, but I really like the way that they made Hercules look in that one. There is the case, and they did a thunderbolt for the icon, and there it is in the case. The second release in this series was Lady and the Tramp. Here's the spine. And they did Lady, and she is super cute in this design. I love her little eyes. And they did, I think it's a candle and some cooking oils as the emblem. Kind of interesting for the emblem, I think. Oh, it's this right here is the emblem. This candle and the breadsticks. Next we have Lilo and Stitch, which is celebrating 20 years. So got the front, spine, back. And they did Stitch with Scrump, which I am not a Stitch person, but I did think that that was super cute. And there is the case. And they did, oh, this was clever, I thought. The inside says 626, which is his alien number. So I actually did really think this was a cute set. Next we've got The Little Mermaid, is one of my favorites and collections. There is the side, there's the back. And this one, see, it's funny because The Little Mermaid is one of my favorites, but it's probably my least favorite of this pin from this series. So you just never know. I just don't really love the way they made Ariel look. And they did a fork known as a dingle hopper in The Little Mermaid as the emblem. And the last one for this series is Snow White, which is celebrating 85 years. If you don't know, Snow White is actually the first Walt Disney animated film, that full-length film that was ever created. I actually really like the case. I didn't remember the casing looking like this as a kid, having the white on it, but it probably did. And there's the back. And I think this is probably my favorite of the ones in this series with this pen because it is Dopey, and I just love Dopey. I think he's just really cute. They did a diamond. I guess it's like supposed to be more like a gemstone because the dwarves mine the gems. I would have done an apple because I feel like that's like the iconic Snow White icon is an apple, but you know, they didn't ask me. Okay, you guys, if you can see, like, this right here is my stack of those books, 15 of them that are all right here. And I would love to show you my desk behind me where I have put every pen as I've showed it, but it's kind of embarrassing to be quite honest, and it is definitely a mess. That is it. I know that is really excessive. I did my books, like I reorganized and organized my books right at the start of the new year. So this is all the stuff from this year. So to some, this is insane how much I've collected this year already, and to some, this is very reasonable because they may be huge pen collectors and that's where they spend their leisure money. So that's just what it is. But these are my new finds as far as pens go for the year slash things I haven't put away yet, just new pens that have collected on my shelf and that needed to be shown so I could finally put them away. Thank you guys. If you are still here, you're a real one. And thank you so much for hanging out with me this afternoon and watching this and staying with me. If you are a Disney pen collector, I would love to know what you collect. And if you're interested in trading, definitely message me and we will set up a trade. That is gonna be it for right now. So I will see you guys in the next one and I will see you real soon.